Hey YouTube, it's Phantom Rain coming back again with some more Smite content. In this episode we're going to be doing full movement speed Mercury. Now, while this may seem like a challenge to most other gods, with Mercury it's actually the best thing you can do, since I'm not going to look at it right now, but you get a 25% portion of your movement speed and physical power. So that means 25% of your overall movement speed is added on to your physical power. And if you go full movement speed like I am right now, you roughly get about 580 movement speed at the end of a build. So 1/4 of that added on to the already like close to 300 physical power from the actual items. And I'm guessing you can figure out that that's a lot of power in like this scrawny guy. Well, you know, not that he's scrawny or anything, but he's not the buffest god of them all. And as you can see, it's Mercury, Aphrodite, and Loki versus Chop, Kukokun, and Medusa. So basically, a squishy team like mine against Chalk, the self-sustaining monster, Medusa and Kukulkan, the stun monsters. As you can see, Chalk just went into the fray. He already activated his rain. He's self-healing. Then Medusa hit him at long range. The fact that basically my entire team is a close range fest makes it a lot harder to deal with, since they have a hunter and she can basically hit us from mid to long range, as well as Kukulkan, who can also hit us from mid to long range. And this tornado does a decent amount of damage overall, as well as slowing you. And slowing is not something that you like when you're, you know, the god of speed. But as you can see, that Chalk already did a fatal mistake. He ran into a tower thinking he can get a kill, and instead he got killed. Trying to scare them off a little bit with my one. As you can see, it worked out pretty damn well. Look at that beginning game damage from Mercury. Something you don't even see from warriors. I'm in a little bit of trouble, so I started jumping away, and now I'm gonna recall and change my mind since Aphrodite smooched up to me. Mercury's one has like a really large amount of clearing power, and I'm going to be abusing that for this entire match. I'm low in mana, and I have a decent amount of gold, so I'm gonna back. And as you saw, that Chalk tried to smack me out of it. Some people are so testy. As you can see, Mercury's pretty fast so far. See what I mean by that clearing power? It's basically my only mid-range attack, so I'm going to be using it a lot during this match, since they have both the Medusa and the Kukulkan. Or Kukulkan, however you want to pronounce it. I'm scaring her off with my ults. She's not taking it, so she's going to get that. And she made it away with a skin of her tail. You know, since she's a snake and all. And I see Chalk in the distance trying to grab the damage, and you know, he can have it. He hits us with his ult, so I'm taking a lot of damage here. Alright, I'm halfway full on the health. Aphrodite really saved my arse. And I go in for the kill with Medusa. I'm in sketchy territory right now. Chalk is running full at me right now. Think I can handle it? I thought I could, and I failed. So that's one death for me. 1 kill, 1 death. Not the best, but not the worst. As you can see, the second item I grab after Ninja Tabai is Masamune, which adds 10% movement speed and I think about 50 physical power. So it's an ideal weapon for Mercury. As you can see, that clearing power, I mean, not clearing power, just the power alone, Mercury, when you add speed to him, is ridiculous. Got the Medusa before she could do any damage to my teammates. Nope, Chalk with his ults again. About the dumb sketchy territory right now. Right about now my controller actually dies. So you can understand the amount of frustration I was feeling at the moment. Thought I was gonna get killed by Chalk, but I lucked out. Luckily I lucked out. And second item I'm going to be building is Stone Cutting Edge, because once again it does add movement speed, and while it takes away from physical protections from enemy gods, it adds to you. So basically it allowed me to keep in the fight a little bit longer and continue to box. I tried to bait Chalk's secondary right there. It didn't work out, as you can see. As you can see, I don't care about no towers. I'm gonna get what's mine. Medusa's down again. As you can see, the range on Mercury's ults is ridiculous. It's basically the entire Joust map. However, the damage is lacking. But it's perfect for follow-up. Just hit them with the ults, get them off balance so they're spinning, they can't attack, and then hit them with the 3, and then the 2, and when they start to run away, hit them with the 1. So basically, you hit your ults, get them off balance, do like a chunk of damage to them, use your 3 to grab them, grapple them, do damage while doing that, and throw them in front of you, then hit your 2 to increase your speed, which also increases your damage. So you can wail into them, and if they manage to escape from that, you can hit them with your 1, which is a mid-range attack, and you can basically just finish them off with that. It does a good amount of damage, as you can see, and yeah. Yeah, that Mercury and Loki duos, nothing to mess around with. The good thing about this build too is that I don't have to worry about stacks, so I'm basically free to play however I want. I don't have to clear minions. I can leave that to my teammates so they can get their stacks, since all I need is my item and I basically have all the damage I need. And Chalk messed up right there when he jumped, but he activated his ult last second and took me down. That freeze frame is perfect though, you gotta admit. That's some great architecture by Medusa, capturing such a beautiful frame. And as you can see, the fourth item on my list is Hasten Fatalis, which yet again increases both your attack speed and your movement speed. So basically you're getting double the amount of damage you can do with Mercury, both from adding the movement speed and then increasing the attack speed, which allows you to hit more, obviously. And this is that combo I was talking to you about. As it didn't quite finish her off yet, so I'm gonna use my sprint to finish her off. And as you can see, the sprint also increases the amount of damage you do, since it is increasing your movement speed. And because of that, sprint is often a go-to relic to use for Mercury, if you want to do that extra bit of damage, since it increases your movement speed by 40%, you're basically adding another 10% to your physical power, as well as moving faster. So you can see that Chalk is getting a little bit happy with that axe. Doesn't really seem to care much for it. Just throwing it around everywhere. Got a little kissing action from Aphrodite right there. Now I'm just here to save Loki from being destroyed. Sadly, Aphrodite's smacked Kukulkan off of my combo, but you know, we still got him away, and Loki returned, safe and sound. As you can see, like the amount of damage I'm doing on Chalk, which is basically, it's just a lot, and like it leaves little for words, like describing how much damage Mercury actually does just by building up speed. Right there, see, and I got another double kill with it. Well, it's about, yeah, just I had to risk dying to go into the tower for that kill, but you know, it was worth it. Alright, well, basically the rest of the match is pretty straightforward, so I'll just play some tunes for you to enjoy the rest of the film. Alright, thanks guys for watching.
An enemy has left the game.
Alright, YouTube, that's the end of the video. If you liked it, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll get back to you with more Smite content in the future. This is Phantom Rain signing out again, and I'm glad you joined the audience. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Alright, bye.